Right. So, a little bit of Mortal Kombat 2 from the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis playing. Right. And I'm very well aware of the topics of conversation I come up with, but it's very exciting, except for, everyone else that does the, here's a 400 damage % combo out there. Oh, next video, here's a 401% damage combo out there. Oh my god, what? Oh, who's the greatest fighter today? I mean, it's all boring shit, bro. Like, come on, let's have some interesting discussions. Let's do it. Now, I was talking to someone the other day. I won't out them unless they want to be outed. Although it's public, actually, but I'm not going to. But they'll know who I'm talking about. I was having a chat, and they are an OnlyPro, right? And it sort of came up about, feeling like it wasn't worth competing anymore. Now, is that because of, the fact that when it comes to NRS and Warner Brothers, that they don't do their job when it comes to financing it, that sort of thing? Or I don't know. But it got me thinking about, and this applies pretty much to anything out there. If you fall in love with something, you fall in love with Mortal Kombat, right? And then what happens is that some people, they just play it because they love it for certain reasons, but then also there's a very tiny subset of people that start to get competitive. And then even further subset of those people then want to actually make an actual career out of it. Okay? So, can someone that has gone full competitive, or even mostly competitive, actually scale back and enjoy the game again? What am I talking about? It seems like that the only enjoyment some OnlyPros have out there, regardless of what it is on the competitive side of it. And I wondered is that because they've lost their love of Mortal Kombat and they have simply just gone to a place which is like, the only thing that I can find fun out of this game is dissecting it down to a micro or macroscopic level, using that as a competitive tool or edge, and competing against other people. I don't care about the characters anymore, don't care about the story, don't care about the design, don't care about the stages, don't care about the fatalities, don't care about even how the menu layout or the character select screen looks. The only thing they can see, and I think I've heard this or read this somewhere, is that when they look at a character, they look at the move list, and that's it. They look at the move list and they go, yep, this is going to tick all the boxes, or most of the boxes I need to fight competitively. If you become so competitive, can you become so competitive that you get to a point where you don't love the game anymore, right? Now, I think it's fair to assume that a lot of us, when we do play online, we are loving Mortal Kombat or other fighting games. Some of us also want to get fairly competitive and push ourselves beyond the standard, which I like to do. I like to have fun with that and see how far I can push myself with what with the way I play, right? But I often wonder about, and it made me think when I was talking to this dude, I'm like, I said, well, it seems kind of sad that it seems like the love of the game, the love of the competitive side of it has gone, right? And can being too competitive, or being an OnlyPro, destroy the love of the thing that you fell in love with to begin with, right? It's like being overly picky, right? So when they bring out the next Mortal Kombat game or another fighting game, you're not looking at it with the excitement that I have, or a lot of other people have, going, what cool characters in there? What are the stages going to look like? What's the menu going to look like? What's the character select screen going to look like? What's the music going to be like? What's the sound effects going to be like? Are the fatalities going to be good, worse, whatever? Are they bringing back any animalities or babalities or friendships? There's a whole host of things that go through my brain as a Mortal Kombat fan when I look at the game or the next game coming out. But if you are competitive, do you sidestep all of that? You just get the game, you look at the move list, and you go, right, this seems the most optimal character to use. This is who I'm going to use. Right? That seems really sad to me. Right? And can somebody come back from being a competitive player to simply just loving the game for what it is? Loving the game as a Mortal Kombat game. I'm not talking specifically about Mortal Kombat 1. I'm just saying in general. Right? A lot of people love Mortal Kombat 9 because it ticked almost every conceivable box that a Mortal Kombat fan wanted for the game. It was amazing, right? And then over time, we found that less and less boxes were being ticked for Mortal Kombat fans. To the point where we are now having to be like, well, yeah, these couple of bits are pretty good, but the rest of it's kind of bad, right? And that's a real shame. It's a real shame when you're a massive fan of something. And this applies to anything out there. Can you become uncompetitive again? Can you pull back to what the main focus of what this game is all about, or what any game is all about, which has always been my primary focus, and that is entertainment. Is it fun? Now, to the flip side of that, of course, somebody that plays competitively can find that fun, but they can also come to hate what they're doing as well. They hate how the game is, but it's the only game that they're good at because they may not be good at other fighting games out there, or other games in general, on a competitive level. So therefore, they might find it incredibly frustrating, but they will stick with it anyway because it's like the best of the bad bunch. Okay? Which then to me thinks, wow, that makes it even worse, right? Because then you're playing something that you're not enjoying as much, more as it becoming a chore. Something that you have to endure. And I think that's bad. Like, I think that's terrible. I think in some respects, and I see comments like this on Twitter from some people that used to be part of pro scenes. I talked to a guy that's been in the chat multiple times, Breezy, who, and my apologies, Breezy, if I got this wrong, I don't think I do, that used to compete and was able to pull back and love the game again. Does that make sense? I don't want to put words in his mouth, but it's like, becoming so competitive that, you forget the main purpose of the game itself, which is to have fun. Now, like I said, competitive play can be fun. It's fun for me when I do it, right? But sometimes it's more fun for me in other fighting games than, say, Mortal Kombat 1, because it doesn't feel like... MK1 doesn't feel as good as other fighting games out there, right? People will disagree, that's fine. We all got our own opinions. But I think it's sad that what if you get so competitive in something that you love, whether it's fighting games, racing games, shooting games, whatever, that you forget or you move beyond that point of realizing, hey, I love loading this game up every day because I love seeing these characters and I love choosing someone new and mucking around with them, or seeing what their story is, or finding out secrets. And I think that's why a lot of us out there don't like it when things become esports focused, because we know what that means. They are carving out what really makes the game and pushing it towards an area that most people aren't interested in. Now, you can be competitive without being an OnlyPro. So you're just playing online. Sure, absolutely. And that can be fun for you. But can you come back from that? Can you love, say, your favorite game again if you find that you don't have what it takes anymore? You know what I'm saying? Some people, I get comments, right? This is the best example. Some people get comments going, oh, you're too old, you don't know what you're doing. I can hold my own, right? I'm not saying I'm up only pro level. These guys, well, they got to where they got to because they got there, right? I'm not at that level. I don't want to be at that level. But I want the game to feel fun, fair, and balanced. I've always said that. Now I get people saying, like I said, oh, you know, you're too old, you can't do this anymore, just a boomer. People don't even understand what that means, boomer, right? No, it's not about that at all. Because I think at the end of the day, I don't want to lose the love of the game. Now, I don't love Mortal Kombat 1 much at all. A little bit more than I liked MK11, which ain't much at all. At all. Like, MK11 dog shit game. Across the board. I can nitpick a couple of things I liked, but that's it, right? MK1 has a little bit more than that, but ultimately, it's a very disappointing product for an MK fan. So, when I am very disappointed with Mortal Kombat, it's not because of just one aspect, it's a whole bunch of aspects, right? That I hope gets rectified either over the course of this game's life cycle or in the next game. We have to see what will happen, right? Who knows? Who knows what will happen, right? But can someone that used to compete come back? Someone that when they pick up Mortal Kombat, whether they're past their prime, whether they're not enjoying the competitive side of it anymore, can they fall in love with the game again? If ever, like some people, maybe they never had any interest whatsoever with anything to do with the story, character design, you know, unlocking stuff, whatever. All they want to do is go, I'm going to turn this into a career, or I'm going to try and make this into a career, and that's all I'm going to do. Like I said, people can make that fun for themselves, but to me it seems like a massive waste, right? Because the game is not designed for competition. The game is designed for fun. Can you come back to that fun? Can you, once you've achieved your objectives as an OnlyPro competitive player, can you come back to Mortal Kombat or come back to whatever game it is out there and go, yeah, I'm just loving it for what it is. I don't care if I'm not beating everyone online. I don't care. And that's my attitude. I don't need to win. I just want to have fun. I want to feel that when I lose, I'm not losing because something that feels like I'm fighting the game to then fight the person, like I do find it in post MK9 Midway NetherRealm games. I want to feel like I'm losing because the other person was so highly skilled, or skilled in general, more than me. What can I learn out of that loss, right? Now, I play a lot of I play a lot of Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. I've looked into various ways to improve. It's a great fun game. Why did I do that, you ask? Why didn't you do that with MK1? Well, I did do it a bit with MK1. But ultimately, the main issues that I have with Mortal Kombat 1, which are the same in MK11, the same in MK10, and Injustice 2 and Injustice 1, cannot be fixed by learning some of the mechanics. This is a ground level issue with the actual way the engine feels and moves when I'm controlling it. MK1 just absolutely exacerbates that completely. It's just like, yeah, this is 100% what I've been saying for a very long time. But when I play something like Grand Blue, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Tekken 7, when I lose against someone, I'm not losing because it feels cheap. I feel like I'm losing against someone that knows the game better than me. Therefore, what can I learn from that experience? That's exactly what I want out of a fighting game. And I can play a fighting game and lose and still be happy. Because there's more to the fighting game than just playing online. What else can I do? What else is there for me to have fun with in the game? It is a product, after all, made for entertainment. Can someone that has been doing competitive play for a little or a long time get to a point and go, can I enjoy this for what it is again? Can I love Mortal Kombat again? Without feeling that need to be competitive anymore. Can I have fun losing? That's the real question. Can you lose and have fun? And I think that's a really interesting point because, again, a lot of other fighting games you can lose, but it feels like we're losing in a much more fairer state. It feels like it's a much more balanced playing field. than what we found with NetherRealm games for quite a while. At least from my perspective anyway. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. I think it'd be very sad actually that if you couldn't come back and enjoy the game. This is exactly what it's designed for. It's designed for fun, entertainment. If a piece of it suddenly becomes unfun for you, does that ruin the rest of it? Can you stop competing and play online or play the stuff offline and enjoy it? And, and be okay with that. So, anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you next time.